Carol in Murrells Inlet, South Carolina. Hey, Carol, you're on the air. What's up?
Hi, Tom, and thank you for taking my call. I have a question for the Congressman about the defense budget. I'm hearing the number $600 billion bandied about, and it's appalling to me. Okay, back when I was in college, I got to take advantage of a program called the National Defense Student Loan Program. That was in the 70s, and it was either a rider put on the budget or something because the Defense Department was getting so much money. It helped me to get through college with a 3% loan, and for 4 years as a part of my financial aid package. I'm wondering if the Progressive Caucus, if someone could force the current administration to put something like that into these obscene Pentagon budget bills that they're talking about. Thank you.
Interesting. Congressman?
Yeah, Carol, I'll tell you, the Progressive Caucus, we put together an annual budget every year, and when you look at what we do with defense spending versus what you see out of the Republicans and, quite honestly, even out of the Democratic budget, it's significantly different, And I think we have tried to, whether it be Barbara Lee, get a reauthorization about going into war that we've had in place since 9/11. So we actually have something where, again, we're following the Constitution and Congress is getting involved. To a lot of other levels, we've been putting amendments forward. Right now, this Congress hasn't been especially helpful in doing that, although, to be fair, there are some Republicans that have joined in with us on these efforts. I think the real tragedy that's out there is, even as we're talking about a government shutdown, the Republicans are basically saying Democrats won't do anything to work with us on this, and we have to get money for defense as Donald Trump gets involved in more and more altercations after he, quite honestly, promised just the opposite. This is going back to the bad politics of especially what you see with Republicans. So I think we're really, really concerned that they're going to keep spending more and more and more on defense, cause a $1.4 trillion hole in the deficit because of a tax bill. And then what's left are all the programs that people actually need to count on, and those are the ones that are going to get caught and get cut. And I think we have to speak out right now, especially on the tax bill, because trust me, that and the potential shutdown are going to have impacts on defense spending and all the rest of the spending. And I think you can really connect the two. So if you care about that we spend too much on defense and not enough on programs that help people, we got to stop the tax cut, and we've got to make sure that we figure out keeping government open, but not doing it at the sake of just putting all the money into defense.
Russell in Hickory Hills, Illinois. You're on the air with Congressman Pocan.
Yeah, Mr. Pocan. I was wondering if you guys privately talked among yourselves what you're going to do when you get all three branches of the Congress back, like how you're going to turn this country around, like put Medicare, Medicaid, maybe in a lockbox or something. You guys talk how you're going to do that?
I think a lot of people have informal conversations, but, quite honestly, we're right now looking forward to what we're seeing in polling, where a lot of the generic ballot, whatever Republican incumbent against a generic Democrat, we're seeing a really high numbers for a generic Democrat. We have 24 seats to pick up in the House. I think it's widely held that the House is in play. I think the Senate is a little trickier, although, again, when they do what they're doing with health care and with taxes and other issues, even the Senate potentially could get there, but that's going to be a tougher road. And then you still have to get the White House, which is still 3 years down the road. So, unfortunately, it's all a little bit farther than what we're dealing with right now, which is how do you stop them from what they're going to do and do this large transfer of wealth from the grassroots on up, and how do you stop them from taking away health insurance? In the most recent proposal, 13 million people would lose access. I think we're really trying to deal with the here and now, but privately, many of us have conversations about where we need to go, and we're introducing bills, and like I said, again, the Progressive Caucus budget, you look at that, that is, I think, for many of us, our vision of what we would do if we were in that place, and we're trying to hopefully get there, some of it next year, and some of it a little farther down the road.
Yeah, we're going to hit a break here in just a few seconds, but this is a really big deal. These are principles, isn't? Well, I'm ranting here. It just seems to me like there should be a place, someplace where it says these are the principles of the Democratic Party. I guess there already is, the party platform, right?
which no one really reads. But
yeah. but you know, here we stand with Social Security, we stand with Medicare, we stand with unionization and working people. I mean, just straightforward stuff.